Hello, I'm Johnny, and today's topic is, who do you support for the Most Improved Player Award? Why I support Lauri Markkanen over SGA.
No vest.
Today, we're discussing the Most Improved Player Award, and I must be honest, it's challenging to choose. The current popular candidates include SGA, Lauri Markkanen, Jalen Brunson, and even Mikal Bridges. Their skills, abilities, and stats are quite similar. Last year's Most Improved Player was Ja Morant of the Grizzlies, who improved his personal stats by a whopping 8 points and led the Grizzlies to 56 wins last season, which added a lot to his case. He ultimately won the award with a total of 221 points. However, last season, I personally supported Dejounte Murray, who is now with the Hawks and was a former Spurs player, because my thoughts aligned with Luka, Dončić, and Draymond Green. In simple terms, Ja Morant's performance should have been competing for the All-NBA third team or even the MVP. Putting him in the Most Improved Player category seemed a bit unfair to other players, as his personal stats and team record were outstanding. Fans should know that in the 2019-20 season, Luka Dončić's average stats improved from 21 plus 7 plus 6 to 28 plus 9 plus 8, which was a significant increase. However, the Most Improved Player award ultimately went to the Pelicans' Brandon Ingram, whose average points only improved by 5, while Luka Dončić was directly selected for the All-NBA first team. Because of this experience, I personally hope that last season's Most Improved Player award would follow the same pattern. Now, please take a moment to like our video. Your support and encouragement are our greatest motivation for making videos. Thank you. So, last season, with the strong presence of Ja Morant, it was honestly not difficult to guess the winner of the award. However, this season, although the personal stats of the popular candidates are impressive, none of their teams have an absolute lead in terms of win-loss records, which makes the situation a bit more complicated. I believe some fans will ask if the team's record should be considered for the Most Improved Player award, and my answer is yes. Simply put, although the team's record is not the primary factor, it will definitely add points. For example, if a player from a team at the bottom of the league improves their scoring average by 10 points, while another player from a team in the middle of the league improves by 8 points, who would you choose? I believe most fans would choose the player who improved by only 8 points but has a better team record. The reason is simple: a good team record indicates that the stats are more reliable. So, although the record is not the most important consideration, it will certainly have a bonus effect. As a result, this season's award is even more difficult to predict. Now, let's talk about the candidates for this season's Most Improved Player award. First is Lauri Markkanen of the Jazz, second is SGA of the Thunder, and third is Tyrese Haliburton of the Pacers. In fact, all three players were selected for the All-Star game this season. Next are Mikal Bridges of the Nets and Jalen Brunson of the Knicks. Currently, these 5 players are the hottest choices. If you have other candidates in mind, please feel free to leave a comment. We will proceed with the process of elimination and explain my reasons and rationale. As always, everyone's opinion is different, so please relax. First, let's discuss Tyrese Haliburton of the Pacers. Yes, I know fans will have many questions. Why eliminate Tyrese Haliburton, who was once the league's assist leader, first? The main reason is that his performance with the Kings last season was already quite good, with average stats of 14 plus 7. That's why many fans were dissatisfied when the Kings sent him to the Pacers. Secondly, and most importantly, he already had an average of 17 points and 9.6 assists in 26 games with the Pacers last season. Although these stats have improved this season to 20 plus 10, the improvement is not that significant. However, averaging 20 plus 10 is definitely an all-star level stat, and there is no doubt about that. I personally believe that both he and SGA, who averages 30 plus points, should be selected for the All-Star game this season, and both players were ultimately selected. Therefore, Tyrese Haliburton's case is relatively simple. He is indeed one of the best young point guards in the league, but his stats are not advantageous for the Most Improved Player award, and that's the main reason I eliminate him. A similar situation happened to Nets' Mikal Bridges. Last season, he averaged only 14 points per game, but after joining the Nets, his average points per game surged to 25. If you only consider his performance with the Nets, he would be a top contender for Most Improved Player. However, the award takes into account the whole season's performance. If we look at Bridges' combined stats from the Suns and the Nets, his average points per game this season are 19. Although this is a significant improvement compared to last season, it still falls short when compared to other players. My opinion is that if he can maintain an average of 25 plus points next season, with his defensive skills, he would be a strong contender for Most Improved Player in the All-Star game. However, that's for next season. This season, the focus is on whether he can make the all-defensive second team for the second consecutive year. Alright, after eliminating 2 candidates, we are left with SGA, Jalen Brunson, and Lauri Markkanen as our final 3. Let's start with Knicks' Jalen Brunson. This season, he averages 23 plus 6, with a scoring improvement of nearly 8 points, 7.5, compared to last season. This is quite a significant increase, considering his previous average points were 16. More importantly, although his field goal percentage has slightly decreased, maintaining above 48% as a 6'1" player is quite impressive. Additionally, the Knicks are likely to return to the playoffs this season, which also adds points to his candidacy. However, with All-Star player Julius Randle and 20-point scorer R.J. Barrett on the team, it's hard for Brunson to surpass Markkanen and SGA in terms of impression. So, in my opinion, Jalen Brunson will make it to the final 3 but won't be the main contender. In other words, this year's main contenders are SGA and Lauri Markkanen, and their performances have been outstanding. SGA's average points per game this season are 31, ranking in the league's top 5. Compared to last season, he has improved by nearly 7 points, 6.9. More importantly, his career-high 20 field goal attempts and 51% field goal percentage are both personal bests, indicating that his high scoring isn't just for show. On the other hand, at the beginning of the season, the Thunder were expected to struggle in the Western Conference after second overall pick Chet Holmgren got injured. However, the Thunder currently still have a chance to make the play-in tournament. So, not only does SGA have impressive personal stats, but the team's performance is also better than expected, making him a hot contender for the Most Improved Player award. However, Jazz's Lauri Markkanen's performance and team background story this season are quite similar to SGA's and might even be more advantageous. First, Markkanen averages 25 points and 8 rebounds per game this season, improving by about 11 points, 10.9, compared to last season. This makes his improvement the largest among all these players. More importantly, although he has taken more shots, his 50% field goal percentage is a career high, and he was also selected for the All-Star game. His shooting splits are 50-40-87, which, although not reaching the 180 club, is very impressive for a 7-foot-tall player. In terms of personal stats, Markkanen doesn't fall too far behind SGA, and it's worth noting that he takes fewer shots than SGA. The team background story is even more interesting. At the beginning of the season, the Jazz traded away key players Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and many people expected the team to be at the bottom of the Western Conference, just like the Thunder. However, the Jazz maintained a win rate above 50% for a long time during the season, surprising fans and analysts alike. More importantly, during the season, Danny Ainge traded away Mike Conley, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt, but the Jazz still have a chance to make the play-in tournament, similar to the Thunder, with their performance exceeding expectations. Moreover, I personally think Markkanen has an advantage that is clear to see. In the 2018-19 season, he averaged 18 points per game, but after the Bulls added DeRozan and Vucevic, Markkanen saw reduced playing time and struggled to find his role on the court. The situation was the same when he joined the Cavaliers, with players like Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen in the front court. So, in the 3 seasons before joining the Jazz, Markkanen's average points were below 15. After joining the Jazz, he not only found his role but also transformed from a stretch big to a versatile scorer and even made it to the All-Star game this season. This is quite different from SGA, who already had the ability to average 23 to 24 points in his first 2 seasons. In my opinion, if we take the players' background stories into account, I would choose Lauri Markkanen. However, things are not that simple. This season, SGA leads Markkanen in advanced stats and ranks within the top 10 in the league, including PR, irreplaceability, and win shares. This situation is similar to the 2019-20 season, where if you only compared stats, Luka Dončić would have won over Brandon Ingram. The same is true this year. If you only compare stats, it would definitely be SGA over Markkanen. However, as mentioned earlier, SGA already had the ability to average around 24 points per game in his first 2 seasons, so he has always been the team's go-to player, and this year he has become a top-tier star in the league. Thus, I personally think he should be competing for the All-NBA teams. To put it more simply, players like Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid have always been the main core of their teams, with their scoring consistently above 20 points. If one day they improve to over 30 points, they should be discussed for All-NBA teams and MVP, not the Most Improved Player award. This is the main reason why I don't personally support SGA for the award. As for Lauri Markkanen, his situation is completely different. In previous seasons, he was not only not the main core of his team but also struggled to find his role. This season's excellent performance, in my opinion, aligns more with the spirit of the Most Improved Player award, so I would vote for him. Next, let's look at the poll results. Markkanen received the majority of support from netizens, with SGA ranking second. Interestingly, Jalen Brunson received the lowest number of votes, but he was in my final top 3 choices. So, my opinion differs from the majority of netizens, but that's okay. Moreover, you should know that my assistant, Mr. Ford, believes that Jalen Brunson should win the award this season. His opinion seems to differ even more from the netizens. The Nets' Mikal Bridges ranks 3rd, and Tyrese Haliburton is 4th. This data is provided for your reference, and I'd like to thank all the netizens who participated in the voting. Thank you. At this stage, it seems to be a competition between rationality and emotion. If you only look at the stats, SGA, with an average of 31 points, would be the clear winner. After all, improving from 24 to 31 points is extremely difficult. However, if you consider the players' background stories as well, Markkanen's transformation from a stretch big to a versatile scorer should be more impressive. Regardless of who ultimately wins, we must congratulate the player.